What's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's time for the Druid. Listen.
So it begins.
So it begins. I know I said that I was going to take a little break from this, and I wanted to, but I didn't want to leave you guys without D2 content for too long, you know what I'm saying? Originally, the plan was to just do some challenge runs because I got some really good ideas for that stuff. But then I realized it's probably going to take me a while to put that kind of content together. I don't want you guys to think that I've gone missing. So we're going to do the Druid playthrough after all. We're going to do a little bit of mix of Druid and some last Epoch, but here we are. We got a couple low levels in the inventory. Our good old trusty Lenimo, the Hand of Brock, Biggin's Bonnet, Hotspur. Just some absolutely insane, really early game low level items. And as far as build, I'd love for some input from you guys. I think that the Poison Creeper will probably carry us through most of, I want to say most of normal, like maybe not even just act 1, act 2, most of normal. This thing is broken. It's so strong early on. You can cast right on top of the enemies and it kind of does the damage exactly where you want. After that, it's a little bit hit or miss. Once we get our mana up, it'll be a little bit easier to use that. But yeah, I think this will work really well. But if you guys have suggestions, I'd love to hear it. I can't really decide if I want to go full Poison Creeper, a mixture of all the summons, or a mixture of Poison Creeper and Elemental. Because Fisher was pretty fun when we were using it on the hardcore. So I'm a little bit torn, and I'd love some input. The damage scaling is just so good, though. Like, every level gives it a nice boost. And we can kind of just, like, walk past. Let it do its thing. Love to see it. We obviously have the pretty typical items in the stash waiting for us. The Stealth, the Spirit. I think eventually we will probably end up using a Windy Druid. A little bit later on, maybe halfway through Nightmare. But I don't know, I'd really like to make shapeshifting work.
This is where evil hides.
I'm gonna be honest, my confidence is very low in that build. I know it'll work, but how slowly will it work, right? That's kind of my big concern. Get our cap on. These low-level items are so good. The fact that they give you a little bit of life, a little bit of mana, it's just beautiful. Of course, we are on players 8. Don't doubt it. Otherwise, these won't be dying so slowly. Now, I actually did play a Druid pretty recently. I mean, I only say that because normally when we do a new playthrough, it's been a while since I've played the character. But the Druid was the first character that we decided to play through on the hardcore. So, definitely not been too long. Fortunately, spoiler alert, we did end up dying. Act 1 hell. It was unfortunate. But let's try to treat this like a hardcore run, okay, guys? Let's try to get as close as we can to getting through the whole game without dying. We can do it, I believe. I think we've done it on a couple of the playthroughs so far. Even as players 8, but obviously we're twinked. We have a bunch of awesome gear to carry us through. So it really shouldn't be much of a challenge. If you guys are interested in more hardcore, we're doing a hardcore barbarian. Which, oh my goodness, we got nice and strong. We're about to start hell. So if you guys want to check that out. Tomorrow, actually, day after I put this video, every Wednesday we do hardcore. On stream, 6 p.m. Easterns. Come check it out. I did go through my mules, try to find items that we can use. I don't know. There's not much variety, you know what I mean? Like if we're gonna go windy, or even most of the fire, mage fists, leafs, it's all kind of the same items that are gonna make us stronger. So again, if you guys have suggestions for anything that you'd like to see for this playthrough, let me know and I'd love to throw it in. I'll at least give it a shot. I got a lot of good advice when we were playing the Amazon. And you guys opened my eyes to a lot of builds that I probably wouldn't have done before. I think I was pretty new to the bow builds. you know, going cold. Exploding arrow I always knew was kind of good, but we tried a lot of different builds when we played the Amazon, and I had a really good time, and I couldn't do it without you guys. Another big news, if you guys are not following the community tab, if you guys are interested in Diablo 1, we're going to be playing that this Saturday. Full playthrough. I'm so excited. I'm going to do the whole day, a nice big stream as part of the 500 subscriber celebration. It's a little bit late, I won't lie, but I had to make sure I had the time to commit to you guys and put together a full day of streaming. You guys can already see this, the poison damage from this creeper is nuts. The mana, we already have 65 mana because of this gear. We get 20 from this, life from this, 15 life and mana from the biggins. It's just really good. Oh, no way. And we get a buckler right here, eh? Hold on a second. Let me just check the Grail really quick. Because I know we were looking for a set item. Oh, wait, no. This is... Hold on. Our Grail is getting so close, guys. We are at 25 items remaining. And one of the best parts about it is that a lot of the items are actually like normal items. So they're actually pretty possible to find in this playthrough. Which reminds me, at level 11 or 13, I'm going to have to take a little break to double check. We're going to gamble on this character and get that gold dagger that we still need. Because that's got to be one of the easiest ways to find that item. We have almost 20 million gold in the stash, just begging to be used. So why not? There's another big reason I decided to actually play through the Druid was because, number one, it's going to take really long to do the challenge runs. Fair enough.
Is that all of them?
I really like the Druid voice lines. Number two, we have a lot of Grail items that we can actually get through playing this character. So it's just a win-win.
You have good day.
Yeah, this is just hard. We don't need this. Why was I thinking that we needed this? No, we don't need this. We need something else that's really easy to get. We need Tancred's Hobnails, the boots. So if we find set boots, then we know to be happy. Beautiful. You gotta love finding wands and orbs early on because it's absolutely free. Let's go for the poison creeper. We don't need the health right now. We got plenty of health. Look at this damage already, guys. 75 to 81 over 4 seconds. Absolutely disgusting. Okay, great. First quest completed. And we're on our way. $25 items remain, guys. I cannot believe it. When I started the Grail, I don't know what I thought, but it definitely wasn't that we would be at 25 items within 6 months. Might not seem too fast for a lot of you guys. I know that a lot of you guys are professionals out there. But, no, this is fantastic. This is a big deal to me. Super, super happy. We're still doing Terrazone Mephisto runs right now. And, honestly, he's been pretty generous lately. We found 3 or 4 Grail items on stream on Sunday. Huge. Can't wait. Can't wait to see that rack pop a blue armor. If you guys haven't been catching the streams, you're missing out. We have such a good Mephisto map. We have a sacred armor rack, which means that we probably have the easiest, most efficient way to target farm Ethereal's Might, which is crazy. Crazy to me. With any luck, we will have that Tyrael's Might within the next couple weeks. More than likely not going to happen, and it's going to take us forever, even with that beautiful rack. Look at the way we melt these guys. It's insane. It's interesting. It's like... It seems like he kind of does poison damage when he comes out, and then some of them just kind of get hit by a little bit. Like, look how much slower this one is. Maybe it's just the natural resistance that the skeletons have. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Yeah, they're also part of a unique pack there. Oh, Lenimo is ready. That's another 15 mana and 5 all resistance. What a nice belt. Look at our resistance at level 7. What am I, a paladin? Crazy. Oh, we're only missing 2 torches now. 2 torches. We still need a sorcerer's torch, which is crazy ironic. We started with the sorceress, so of course we still need it. And the barbarian. So I thought, this whole time in my head, I was like, okay, if we get the sorceress torch, that doesn't really, you know, make any sense. We're not going to make another sorceress. We'll basically be making a barbarian next regardless. But I actually do need another sorceress now. And I'll tell you why. There's 2 reasons. Number 1, I don't want to lose that map. That Mephisto map with the sacred armor rack, we're not losing it. I'm never re-rolling that. Not until we get that blue armor. And number 2, we need a lot more soccer quests. Like, a lot more. So, if we do happen to roll a sorceress torch, we'll make another sorceress. So we'll be having another sorceress playthrough, but this time twinked. So it should be a very, very different experience from the first sorceress that we played, because the sorceress was the first character on the account, and it was a struggle, guys. It was a struggle. I remember back playing, you know, dual element, Hydra Orb, just begging to get through so that we could unlock Terror Zones to use our first ever Sunder Charm. Oh man. Back in the day. Back in September 2024 when I started the channel. Not this time though. When we end up making a sorceress again, it's going to be ready to go. It's going to be cool, and we're going to time it. We're going to see how long does it take to actually get our twink source. I mean, I guess you could say a speed run, but I don't want to label it that, because then I go onto the scoreboard and remind myself how horribly slow I am. We'll be doing what I'll call a daily speed run, which is like when you speed run, but you expect for it to be really horrible. Either way, that's for the future. Right now, we focus on the Druid. And like I was saying, guys, I think this Poison Creeper is... like, Jesus, the damage is crazy. I really think that this will carry us through a good portion of normal. I don't know how it'll do against bosses. When I was doing this on hardcore, we put a few points into Poison Creeper, and then we went into fire. Let's get some stamina potions. This is kind of bugging me. And while we're at it, let's just take a quick look in the stash here. What do we have to look forward to? We could use the Sig Shield, but we need 75 strength, which is doable. Let's keep it in here. And we have a few faster cast rate rings. I have Etlich, the Mage Fist, Sanders. Nothing really crazy until like level 12 to 15. Okay, good to know. Already level 8. As always, the experience on Player's Aid is phenomenal, so... get our staminas nice. Full. That's my biggest gripe when you're playing a new character. Even when you have the best gear for the early game, you're usually worried about stamina for the first little bit. So annoying. Let's start dumping our points into strength for that Sig Shield. I love this thing. When I was playing Druid as a kid, I never even looked at the Poison Creeper. Poison Creeper, Carrion Vine, Solar Creeper, they were all like... do people use that? Is it a real thing? I don't know why. I was sleeping on it. This thing is crazy good. I would always go into Molten Boulder because it was the coolest thing in the world to me. And then I would immediately give up on the rest of the fire skills because they were not nearly as good. And switch to wind as soon as I could. And that's why, I mean, on this character, on one hand, I do want to try something different, but on the other hand, I don't want this to be a super duper slow playthrough. We do have quite a few items that can make a werewolf or bear druid good, though, in my mind. Just don't really know what to look for. Where's he going? This guy's strong. You're at a real disadvantage if you don't continually cast him. The poison creeper, I mean. Yeah, it's a real pain because he kind of goes off and does his own thing and doesn't really care what anybody thinks. So he hits one time and he's like, I don't know, who knows where he goes. I don't know. He's a worm living his best life. We got no... You know what? I'm just gonna run to the outer cloister. I think if we just run to the outer cloister, we're gonna skip the Black Marsh, or the Dark Tower rather. It'll be easier than trying to find the waypoint. Let's just do that. We got the scroll, we'll go to outer, we'll get Kane, and then we'll move on. Sometimes it takes me so long to find waypoints, and I'm like, why? I don't even need to. I'm never coming back here. Not a normal, anyways. And we are level 10. I do want to gamble for that gold dagger. I believe it's level 11 that we want to be gambling for it. So once I find that waypoint, I'll double check. We might be able to give ourselves a little gambling session. These maps are great too, because it's just a big beeline. Follow the path. You're good to go. If you guys are interested, give my little Grail sheet, should be in the description below. Give it a look. See the items that we're still looking for. The normal items. Would you guys gamble those? Like I said, we need the Tangrid's Hobnails. We need the Gold Dagger. There's a number of other ones. I'm curious. Maybe we should just be using this character to gamble all of those. Not just the Gold Dagger. We have the money. Why not spend it? Whoa, these guys are opening the door for me.
Evil flows from here.
Evil. Beautiful. This works great. Okay, let me see. Do we gamble or do we do Tryst first? Dagger gambling. D2R. Level 11. Yep, okay. Beautiful. Level 11 it is. How much gold can we hold? Probably not enough. Right, like I... This is the worst thing ever. Why? Why did they do this? Why did they make it so that the amount of gold that you can hold scales with your level? What difference does it make? It's such a funny, weird thing. Like what? You think like some guy comes into my game, gives me 2 million gold, and it's now I'm super broken? All that means is I have a lot of potions and maybe potentially a gold dagger. Alright, let's give it a shot. There we go. Dagger right off the bat. I mean, how often do I check? I don't know if it has a special color. I'm just going to spend my whole cash stack and then see. No way. We actually got it under 1 million gold. Like, I was just looking online, wondering how long this is going to take me. And I think the chance is like 1 in 1,000. Wow, we actually got it. That is insane, guys. Well, that is a Grailer knocked off the list. Awesome. And you know what? We might as well use it. -5 to mana. Don't like that. But we should use it because there is a chance that we get some other stuff. Sweet. Very good. Oh man, our first gambled Grail item. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I can't believe it. We did it in probably about 800k. Just over 800k. Maybe 9. Amazing. Amazing. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna end the episode there, guys. We'll probably keep these episodes a little bit shorter, just getting through the game. You know how it is. That's awesome. Let me know what you guys think. More gambling? I mean, this is totally the way that we could do the rest of the normal items. I just got to find out the character level to item level for the remainder. Like I said, you can check out in the description below what we have left. Blinkbat's form, Tanker's hobnails, couple of goodies. That's so cool. I can't believe we got it. I'm so happy. 24 items left, guys. Crazy. If you're still watching, thank you so much for being here. Catch you in the next one.